Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stand Up Speakeasy. I'm your host, Sareth Ney. In every episode, I bring a comic from all over the country and sometimes Poland to the show. And without further ado, welcome my guest, Mai L.G. Hi, Mai. How are you?
Hi,
How are
Sarah.
you
How
doing?
are you? I'm good.
Good, good. Great to see you. Awesome. And thank you for being my guest today.
Thank, thank you for having me today. Yes.
Yep. And thank you to Heather for recommending you to be my guest.
Yes, she's so sweet. I got a chance to do a show with her in Melbourne, and she had a old woman show there, and it was great. Normally, I don't drive far to Central Florida to do a show, but thanks to her, I got to drive over there.
Awesome. Yep,
Beside that, yeah, beside that, I did another show in Central. It was the Florida, no, it's Orlando Comedy Festival.
uh-huh.
Yes, it was last year.
Oh, nice. I just did that one this year. We did a improvised set, so it was pretty fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I met a couple of nice improv people there, and we end up follow each other. And
That's
I've
good.
always encouraged them, like, hey, why don't you try to do comedy, like stand up?
Oh yeah.
But like, a lot of improv people they scared of stand up.
Yep.
And for me, I'm scared of improv because it's make me think too quick, and especially English is my second language, so I can't think that fast.
Same.
But
English is my
yeah,
second language too. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. I listened to a couple of your episodes, and I learned that you are from Cambodia.
Yep,
Is
I'm
that so?
Cambodian. Yeah.
Wow?
Yeah,
We
we're
are
next door
neighbors.
neighbors. Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
I've never been to
Have you?
Vietnam, but I've been to Thailand, and that's those are two that I've been to. But my grandma used to live close to Vietnam because all you had to do was take a boat there, and so uh, I would just go visit her, but she'd always tell me, "Go to Vietnam. It's really close. By to my house. Just go." And I'm like, I just don't know anybody over there, so I just never went.
When last time? When the last time you visit Thailand or your home country?
2006.
Wow, it was a while ago.
Yep. How about yourself? How long have you? When's the last time you've been to Vietnam?
This was maybe 8 years ago for my wedding. We have like a destination one, so we come back there and invite all the relatives.
Awesome. That's great.
Like maybe it was,
For sure.
yes, and then we also like, visit Cambodia on the same trip,
Oh, nice. It
and I
definitely
have
changed
all
a
these
lot.
cool pictures. Yes,
Yeah. It ch- it changed big time.
and
So that's good.
the but I have to say like the if I have a choice, no, I mean if I go back in time, I would not visit that killing film. I still traumatized because of that. I wish I didn't go. I still think of
Yeah.
that.
Same. Yeah, my parents kept me away from all that, so they're like, just go to the happy places, and then you'll be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Indeed. So you are you're a stand-up comedian and a mom of four, six if you include your husband and your German Shepherd. So what's it like in your household?
Yeah.
Is it pretty wild and crazy? Yeah.
Yeah, it was chaotic. In fact, at my father's house now to avoid all the noise,
Ah,
and my husband taking care of them right now, so we can
oh,
have the conversation.
that's good.
But then
It's so peaceful.
after, yes, after this interview, my dad's gonna watch them so we can go out and have dinner. We need to have like a date night sometime.
Indeed. For sure. It's good to
Yeah,
spend alone time and have date nights. Yeah.
yeah,
And so
especially
you
when we have
Indeed, absolutely. So, but yeah, we spoke earlier about having English as our second language, and so you have a new, fresh perspective on American life. So, what's it like the key differences between the Vietnamese lifestyle and the American lifestyle for you?
I actually left home when I was 16 to go to the Philippines to study high school. And so that's my have uh, first time having like what they say culture shocks
Yep.
because the school that I went to like an American school is in the Subic Bay. So even though it's in the Philippines, but like all the teachers are American. So I learned the culture and pop music and Britney Spears and
Yep. Yeah, she's
that time like
she,
first time starting using chat, ICQ and what's all those back then. Space, what they call space. Now we have like Insta- Instagram and Facebook, but MySpace, yeah.
yeah, MySpace. Yep, they definitely. It was much easier and much it was so much more fun on MySpace than it is on Facebook. You can add your own music to your page and all that stuff. I miss those days.
Yes, ICQ was crazy, it was fun.
Oh yeah, those chat rooms. They get wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and Britney Spears, she's pretty wild nowadays, and her
Yeah.
book is pretty interesting, they say. So I'll probably check it out at the library, but I probably won't buy it. So you never know. Share her latest Instagram story
Yeah,
or
I'm still
post with
following
Indeed. Oh, your internet might be slowing down a lot, but we can oh
Give me a moment. Let me open that door. Maybe it's blocking a signal.
uh, okay, sounds good. So while Mai's fixing that, definitely follow her on Instagram and all the social medias on the bottom there. So yeah, okay, I think that's much better.
Hmm.
Yep,
The door.
good stuff. Indeed, it's pretty wild Wi-Fi, I tell you. So we don't know what it might be like a metal in the door or something, but who knows? But yeah,
Yes.
Britney Spears is something else lately. So yeah, indeed. So you took your first comic class to cope with the baby blues, and so what was your experience with the comic class? How did it go?
It's great. After my third child, I feel a little bit, sad and also like because I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I have nothing to do, and so my husband said like, "Hey, why don't you go take a comedy class?" Because he saw like a pop-up, the class like 3 blocks away from my house, and this happened to be a comic cure class with Ben and Richie, and I've been taking that class ever since for 45 years now, and
Wow.
it's really helped me. Yes, it's definitely helped. Like in the beginning, part of comics like really scared to go on stage because bombing. And I'm not saying that I don't bomb, I do bombs, but by prepared, really careful, like like make sure like the structure is strong, like premise and punch, and so it's I was not scared too much, and continue until this day. They I'm lucky to have good teachers because they help me. They force me to have like 5 to 6 laugh per minute. and they set the standard really high, and all the students have to follow. And so after a while, it become like more natural. So I can be a better writer now, but I still go to their class because they have a different perspective. They say like, "Hey, instead of saying this, how about saying a different way?" And also because my English is my second language, so they also like fix my grammars and word usage and everything. Yeah, so it's great. And then like I took their class for like 6 months, and then I entered a contest, like a festival, and then I won that. And
Wow.
yeah, maybe I have something here.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. And Heather talked about Comic Cure on our episode, and she said they were really great people down there. So, just a 3 minute like festival entry got her a lot of gigs right after. So that's good to hear.
Yes,
Yep,
yeah, you are.
indeed.
I'm
So,
now here. I see a lot of their shows.
oh yeah, I need to make it down to South Florida and do some shows because, like you said, it's just a drive, and it's like from where I'm at, it's like 5 hours, and I'm like, this is a
Show
long
is,
drive.
I have to say, like, that show is pretty like packed. Like I guess because they have a good um, mailing system. So every time they have a show, like everybody knows. So it's like always, almost always packed. So it's all about the marketing things.
Indeed. And you getting people laughing like 5 to 6 times in a minute, according to your bio, is like a hurricane force. So we've dealt with a bunch of those here in Florida. So yeah,
Yeah,
indeed,
I do have a joke about it.
indeed, good stuff. And so you're like being a 90 Days fiance. Were you on the show to
No, I
former
love
news
the
anchor? Oh, you
I
love the
love the
show.
show. Then my personal experience is the same because I came to United States with the 90 Day Fiance. So watching that show is just so funny because it's so true. It's
Indeed.
crazy, and I went through with it, and it's an example of how things go from bad to worst. Yeah, so
Wow.
what you see on the TV is bad, but it's not like my situation. So when you scroll down to my bio, you would see that I also talk about human trafficking because from 90 Day Fiance, my case turned to human trafficking, and I luckily survived.
That's pretty
And
scary for sure.
I'll
And I'm
help,
glad I'm glad you survived it too, because that happens a lot.
especially to a lot of Southeast Asian women.
Indeed, for sure. And and so you were a former news anchor too, for the first Vietnamese American TV channel in Houston. So what was it
Yes,
like being a news anchor in Houston, Texas?
it was fun. Right after I finished college, I was doing a little bit like because my major was in finance and business, so I did a little bit insurance and stuff, and then I just happened to walk into the TV station and they had a singing like a karaoke contest, and Asians we love karaoke.
Oh yeah.
So like I stopped by and tried to sign up for the competition, and then they, and then they say like, hey, I want to work for them, you know. So I was first starting just doing like paid works, AdSense. You know, it's a small TV station. So you basically do a lot of things from A to Z. I even like do voiceover, editing news, and so finally they let me, you know, go on to the screen and speak like new anchors. It's fun. I get to see, of course, a lot of Vietnamese celebrities when they visit the station and promote their shows.
Indeed.
Sorry about that.
Indeed. That's
And
good.
yeah, so and got to do a lot of charity events, and you know, they have to do documentary, so I got
Indeed.
to go
Who's the
to
most famous
store shop and interviews people. Yeah,
Who's the most famous Vietnamese person you met while being a news anchor?
a singer. It's for like that famous show Paris by Night from California.
Oh,
I mean, they famous, but since I'm like from Vietnam, so I don't really follow them. You know, they
same
famous
here. Like
in United States.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't follow much of Cambodian culture myself because I was pretty much raised here. So I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm lost too. So so and then you gave birth on I-95. So you have many stories to tell. How well, like how did that happen? I mean, I know how it happened, but it's just
Well, the
like
third,
I was there.
I did have a bit, a funny bit about that. You know, just the baby just want to come out 30 minutes after the contraction, and I always thought it's my way or the highway. It turned out to be the I-95. So I describe like how I stuck on a HOV land, drive 75, 80 miles an hour, and I cannot exit because you know all the divider. So I never hit the HOV land that's much in my life.
Indeed. Over here, I take the HOV lane as much as I can, or like the tollway anyway, as much as I can, because the traffic on I-4 just drives me nuts. So,
Yes, I love the expressway, but that was the only time that I dislike it.
oh, indeed, for sure. It's like you have a baby on board already. They need to like give you a pass. So,
Yeah, and I save money with that
yep,
birth
absolutely.
by giving birth to myself. Talk about DIY.
Yep. Indeed. So your topic ranges from human trafficking to taking care of mentally challenged children, and so it's like a huge broad scale. So how much minutes can you do on stage when it comes to your material?
Right now, I'm doing like 30 minutes, but like a can you hear me?
Yeah. Let's see. I can. It's still choppy, but I can hear some of it. But if you use your cell phone instead of Wi-Fi, it might be a better connection.
Oh, like
Mhm.
okay, let me see. Wi-Fi. Oh, like a hotspot, you mean?
Yeah, like use the link that I sent you, but instead of like using the Wi-Fi in your house, just put it on like the mobile data mode, and that might be better because sometimes my phone does the same thing. Like, because I don't get much service out here, so it doesn't freeze up.
Okay, I change it.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, use are you using your laptop or are you using your phone?
I'm using my laptop. Is that why?
I think so. So if you use your phone, it'll be probably better. Yep. So
Okay, I use the data of my phone, so hopefully it's better now.
yeah. So
Yeah, like
go into your email on your phone and click the link, and then I'll set you up on I'll bring you into that way instead of the laptop because I had like some technical difficulties with another guest too, like, and it was their laptop. I think it was actually Heather. It was her laptop that messed up.
well, I changed it to a my personal hotspot now, so it should be fine. Let's see if this one works first. It
Yep,
look good.
much better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, much better. I think yeah, so good stuff. So let's see, you've been a semifinalist for the Florida's Funniest Comedian, and so was it a who did were you on the bill with on the semifinals, and what was it like?
It's feel great. I did it last year too, but I didn't advance, so I try again this year, and I did improve a lot of jokes. So thank you, the judge, for seeing it, and I could see like I become less nervous and act out more on stage, and that make it more funny.
Indeed. I'll try to. That's what I need to work on is my act outs, and so I tried Florida's Funniest twice, or yeah, twice, and didn't get past the first round either. So I'm like, it's just I decided not to do it anymore. So I'll just I'm happy where I'm at, I guess. So yep.
Yeah.
And so you got the judges vote for Boca Raton Comedy Festival in 2023, and so what was it like being the judges vote as the winner?
Of course, again, it's feel great because um, it tell me that I'm going to the right direction with like 5 6 jokes per minute, 5 6 laughs per minute because they have like criteria of how they grade it, like act out, jokes per minute, callbacks, So they're telling me that I'm going the right direction and just continue to write.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Indeed. Because there's so much material that you can pretty much write about anything in life. So it's great about that's what I love about comedy. So you're top 40 Sarasota satellite for the World Series of Comedy. And so that's a pretty big deal because the World Series of Comedy is pretty big. So was it what was it the process like to like submit to the World Series of Comedy? Like what did you all have to do?
Just like any festival, it's kind of like a festival because they have the main events in Las Vegas last September, and so you would go online, put your names of your demo, and pay a fee, and they like it. They select you to go into the first round, and yeah, it was my first time too. I didn't advance, but I apply again this year. 'Cause, but I love festivals and not necessarily competition, but for like the newer people, newbies like me, it is a great way to let your name out there, networking, and so. But then happen like a lot of the festivals is a lot of them are also competition. So even though I don't like it, but I entered anyway, for fun. But by doing it a lot, I start gaining experience, how what they're looking for. Like one of the tips that I can give people who do competition is to avoid dark jokes. Mm, mm, even though it's really smart, it's edgy, it's funny, but the judge they like to hear if you make the whole room laugh, and if the audience like and maybe half of them laughs, is not good.
Indeed.
Yeah, maybe one or two, but not like a whole thing. Like, mm. And also another thing I learned from the festival, from the competition, is that some of the judges, especially for the World Series, they it's like every judge are different, but for that particular competition, they like stories. They like, not like one-liners. One-liners fine, but if it's follow a main topic, so that when the contest end, they come back and they can remember what these people talk about, like one funny thing that they say.
Hmm.
Like my first time in that competition, I was like have a list of 10 different jokes about 10 different topics, even though, I make the whole room laugh back to back to back. But it's still, it's not follow. At the end, they don't remember who I am. You
Mm.
know, now I follow a story, but still make sure every premise, every line have a punchline. Like now, my story is about my mom. You know, so all the joke is surrounding my mom. So by the end of it, they say, what about Mai that we remember? She have funny jokes about her mom. Yeah.
Indeed, for sure. I only have like maybe one or two about my mom, but then I just but then it's part of the story, but it's a beginning to end. But now that I know that the World Series of Comedy is looking for story jokes, I'm a storytelling comic, so maybe I should apply and see what happens. Yeah,
Yeah,
who
you should
knows?
be fun.
Yeah, hopefully they start a satellite on this side of the on up here in North Florida. It'd be nice. So
You
you
don't?
I'm sorry.
Do they have satellite up there?
I
Wait.
wish. I haven't checked yet, but if they
Oh,
do, I'll definitely see if I can. Maybe I can help start one here in Daytona. So
oh yeah, yeah. I heard that you host a festival, like a music and comedy festival. Sareth
yeah,
Fest
yep.
in
They
Colorado.
yep, one in
And
Colorado and one in Florida. So yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah, I couldn't afford to bring my buddies to Florida and vice versa, so I said, I'll just start another one. It's just easy, keep the same artwork, and then it's not a competition at all. It's just, putting everyone on, and then, like you said, getting everyone to network. It's no one's competing against each other because there's way too many of that, already. So I'm just like, let's just party, let's have a good time. Let's see if like people can get like working gigs out of this,
Yeah,
and so that's all I ever wanted to do because I'm like I never liked competitions myself because I know that it's like a bringer kind of thing, and like
yeah,
none of my people want to come see me perform, like because I don't know, it's just maybe I'm too dark and too dirty, but I'm working on my clean stuff, but like I have experience of like clean comics, sometimes can be mean off stage, and like dirty comics can be dirty on stage but nice off stage, and it's like, and so that's why I've always loved being a dirty comic because I'm, I'm very friendly off stage, but I just love getting nasty on stage.
Yeah, I even though I'm a clean comic, like just so that I can get more bookings,
Mhm.
but I do have like dirty joke that I said it on a side. So when late nights, like even on a cruise ship, they have like midnight show, dirty show. I want to be able to do everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
indeed. I
fun. It's funny though.
It is. Especially like in Daytona, because that's Daytona raised me, and so like we are known for being dirty, but we're so loving and caring and like a tight knit family, and it's just like everyone comes to us to tell their dirty jokes, and it's just so much fun out there. But I know that like dirty comics don't get a lot of work, but it's just you want to get that out of your system and just be fun and have a
Yeah,
blast. So that's what comedy's
correct.
all about. It's just as long as you're having fun, whether it's clean or dirty, just like go
Mhm.
out there and have fun, or else it's going to be a horrible time. So, and nobody wants that. So,
Yeah, I want to be able to do everything too. Like, I do private shows like on salad gigs, and so every show is different. So I always have different pages of that I wrote for different show, like birthday show. I would do these jokes. Um, if they ask for dirties, I would have a different page and list all my dirty jokes. Like I have Asians show where they want like martial art Asians stuff, then I would have that. Or the Jewish people book me, I would list all my Jewish jokes. So
sometimes you gotta do that, and it's like reading the room. And that's why I watch all the stand-up comics. It's like, all right, if people laugh at the clean stuff, I better bring out my clean jokes, and if people laugh at the dirty jokes, well, I'm gonna go dirty. So it's like, and some comics they just love going outside and smoking their cigarettes or whatever, and not pay attention to the room. And that's where I get, it's like sometimes you gotta watch everyone so you don't set yourself up for failure. So it's good to like
yes,
have the birthday jokes and the Asian jokes and just a variety of jokes so you can just go off those pages and you're ready.
yes,
Yep. So you also won the judges votes for the Uncorrect Comedy Festival in Cape Coral in 2022. And so what was it like at the Uncorrect Comedy Festival?
it's on the other side on the west coast. It's fun. I get to know the comedians on that side of Florida, and I love it. I get to test out like does Florida people on this side different from another side or not. Like uh, my friends, she say that her set and my sets do better in Central Florida. And I said, I don't know. I mean, they laugh. They just laugh at everything. But
Indeed.
I have to say that maybe because I'm from Florida, so people in Florida laugh at my jokes. But at the same time, the jokes that I have here, and when I bring it to Houston or New Orleans, it doesn't work as well. And especially in New Orleans, it's like a tourist town. So people from all over the nation are there. I can tell. And then that make me remember a Vietnamese comedian. What's his name? Anyway,
Mhm.
he's from California, and he say that the the, the what's that famous comedy club over there? Comedy store. Yeah, he said he walked over there, and there's have a lot of tourists over there. So if you can make the tourists laugh, you basically can make everybody laugh because they like represent like a mixed pot America. So every time I go to New Orleans, I want to test my material there
Indeed, for
because I
sure.
remember what he said.
I need to try that city too because I've never been, but I hear great things about it, like the gumbo and the food and stuff, and the music. So I'll definitely give it a shot and see New Orleans too. So looks like fun. So
That,
you also did the first round of Thompson's Ultimate Comedy Experience in 2022, and so was that how was that experience like?
God, you're gonna list all the festivals that I
Yeah.
joined. Uh, it was nice, but um, I don't think a lot of I heard a lot of negative talks about that competition among the comedians. But I entered anyway to see, how far I can go. And I got to the first round, and I don't hear anything from them. Hopefully, they back.
Indeed.
I know that they have like showcases, but I didn't hear anything from them.
Oh. Yeah, my friend and from Melbourne, he's in Atlanta doing it. I'm like, hopefully it's all good news. I don't know, because you never know with like celebrity stuff. It's just like,
Yeah, the celebrities.
yep, it's
Like,
all smoke and mirrors over on that side. So you never know what to trust. So
yeah,
indeed, indeed. So you also won the judges' votes for the Misner Park Comedy Festival. You've done a lot of festivals, so and back in 2018 in Boca Raton, and so and that how was that?
that was the one that I talked about, the very first festival that I attended and won. And that
Awesome.
was 5 years ago. And it's awesome. It really encouraged me to continue to do comedy. And it's always set the bar high because, I have to keep up with it. Because one of the things about when you win something too early into your career, you can be, you know, arrogant, you can be like, maybe I don't need to work that hard, you know. So I still trying my best. I still writing a lot, especially during the COVID time. I do nothing but write comedy. So and then I list all of them into topics, and I call it the book of jokes. So I would list like daddy, my dad, my dog, my husband, my mom, my daughter, and I list all the jokes about them. And now COVID is over, I, you know, go back to them and dust the old jokes and use them, and it's work like the night give birth on the 95 jokes and the jokes about my mom doing nails, working at the nail salon. All of that jokes, I bring them back now, and it's killing. So it's good. Yeah.
Indeed. So you do private events and charities and clubs, and then you also the festivals you've done was a New Orleans Night Market, Orlando Comedy Festival, Cape Coral Comedy Festival, Fort Myers Comedy Festival, Flamingo Comedy Festival, Brickell Comedy Festival, Fort Lauderdale Family Fest, World Wild Comedy Fest and Award Fest, Palm Beach Urban Stories Fest, We Are the Vote Fest, and venues in Texas and Louisiana. There are so many festivals you've done. That's amazing.
Thank you. I just love festivals
Yeah.
because it's kind of like partying, But I'm too old for party now. I'm old, so festival is my way to party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. That's why I used to go to concerts all the time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just too old. I'd just put my birthday in July and October, and my Christmas in October, and just go to the festivals and get all my buddies together. So yeah,
Yeah, I can't wait to join your festival next time.
indeed, in the future for sure. So yeah. Hopefully you don't mind the drive because I know it's we're far away from each other, but if you can like carpool with like another comic that you know of and you send it my way, and because I'm gonna plan it all in December. So I'd love to get more South Florida comics involved because now I just have like North and Central Florida comics, and so if I can bridge you know us together, it'd be
Yeah,
fantastic. So
yes, I know so many South Florida comedian and very few that I think of that would go to Central and North Florida to perform. I can think maybe three, four of them. Yeah. So that'd be great. But personally, I can go because the reason that I can go is because my my husband he loves traveling and it's an excuse for us, like a weekend getaway, go up there, rent a hotel, and then come back.
yep.
And we even like prepare for a longer trips. Like I heard that you have that festival in Colorado, and about 2 years ago or last year, we drive the RV all the way up there.
Wow.
Yes, and to save money on hotels, we just sleep in the RVs. And normally, my dad is like, "Why don't you just sleep in a hotel? Too much work driving and stuff." But the thing is, every time that we travel, we go for like months, and hotel gonna be too expensive. Yes.
That's for
So
sure.
yeah,
And my festival in Colorado gets you get free camping, so it's really nice.
really free camping. So that's
Yeah.
cool. Like RV camping, like tent camping.
But everything
And
like people can camp in their cars and
yeah,
in the
awesome.
RVs, tents.
Wow.
Yeah, but like for some reason like no one wanted to camp out. So I'm like, because everyone lives in town, so they just went back to their houses, and I'm like, all right, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah,
And
we just sold our RV because too long. In the beginning, we was thinking like, oh, the bigger the better because we have kids, so we can have private in our room and the kid can have their room. But the problem is like every time we travel, the RV park is always far away from the city where the gigs are.
yeah,
And so I have to drive a little car, a Jeep that we're pulling to go to the shows. And my husband stay back on the campsite to watch the kids. And he said, he want to watch the show too. And I feel kind of bad because I have all the fun. So we sold the RV, sold the Jeep, and now we combine the Jeep and the RV to get the new type of vehicle. They call it the overlanding camper. So basically, it's like a pickup truck, so it can go on like rugged condition road, like bumpy, without all the nails and screws from the RV like fall over. The RV usually they have like a worse, like a cheap setup in there. It's look nice on the outside, but inside it's not designing for bumpy roads. So we have like a camper manufactured to put on top of the pickup truck, and my husband going to pick it up next week. So next year we can park right next to the shows, right next to the clubs. And when I finish my set, I can come in, watch the kids, and then he can jump in, drink a cup of wine, and watch the show. So that's our plan. So everybody in the family can be happy.
Indeed. Good stuff. So you've been praised by the Boca Raton City Council member and CRA chair and the vice chair, Greater Boca Raton Beach and Park District, and the South Florida comedy instructor, and also Mike from Seattle and Jim Patterson. Jim, I know that we did stand up together, and I interviewed him too, so he's a good fella.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. So yeah, he's sweet. Yeah, he's
he's
he just
definitely.
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, he's an older gentleman, right? Yeah,
And he has funny stuff with his Chihuahua dogs and his wives. Yes, he won a few competitions with me, and usually like he won a lot of more like audience votes because he's more relatable. I think people just like him more. I hope that one day I'm gonna win the audience votes, but so far I don't know. I only wins the judges votes.
indeed, it is rough. It's just I don't know. Comedy is subjective, so it's like everyone loves something but doesn't like the other stuff. It's like you can always win with this comedy thing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So if you want to check out Mai's website, all the information that we talked about is there. And so we're raising funds for Autism Speaks. So why are we raising funds? Why with the episode?
You're raising fund.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Oh yeah, we're raising funds for the Autism Speaks. What
Mm.
did you pick the foundation to raise funds for?
Oh, because my eldest son, he has high spectrum, and I wish one day with all the research they can be able to cure it, so he can have more like a normal life. And I mean, I'm lucky that he not like real autism like a lot of family have to deal with. So with my sons, he's normally he look normal and everything, but when you start talking to him, and you can realize and he have special, and it's affecting how he find job, all of that. And I hope one day he can have a girlfriend, have a normal family, even though they say that percentage is very low. Mm.
Indeed. So definitely donate to Autism Speaks below. The link is there as well. So do it on behalf of Maya and myself and the Stand Up Speakeasy. So Maya, what inspired you to perform stand up comedy?
I think to challenge myself, and especially to improve my English. Like you can see that while talking to me, like my English it is not perfect, so that bothered me a lot. And I think like, and then I see on TV like there's like Asians actor actress like they straight from like Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and they came and they already famous in their country, but when they come to America to do movies, and that they had to learn the script. But then eventually, years later, when you hear that people interview them, their English is like sound perfect. So like maybe I can do it too, you know, like all my materials are scripted. You know, I wrote them and then I memorize them and I act so that it sound normal, act out and all that. But outside of comedy, you can see the English. I'm not very fluent, so hopefully 10 years from now, 5 years from now, you know, you interview me again. I would
So
speak like a real American.
indeed. Yeah, my parents they work too much, so they just put me in front of a TV, and that's how I learned English. So it was just like too much daytime TV for me. So I was like, that'll help out sometimes. And plus my teachers help too. But and my what was it feeling like when you first performed stand up?
Oh, nervous. I was like shaking. And one of the comedians, she was so sweet and she showed me some exercise, breathing, so that I can feel better. Yeah, definitely scary.
Absolutely. And what's your favorite? What are your favorite comedy specials and comedy records?
But I, when I started doing comedy, I watch a lot of Louis C.K. Yeah, and I like his style. And then he also have that sitcom, and I like it too. And beside that, I like Kim's Convenient. Do you watch it on
Mm,
Netflix?
oh, I, I wish I did. I just don't have Netflix or any of the streaming sites. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
I've
yeah,
seen all Joe Coy stuff when I had Netflix, so that works.
I like Joe's quite too. And Russia Peter,
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm like not familiar with like any of the stuff.
Russia Peter Russia. I'm so bad at names.
Good stuff. And then some of those guys have been on and ladies have been on TV and film. So what are your favorite sitcom sketch shows and comedy films?
Oh, I like Dave Chappelle. What they call? He has like the Chappelle Show. That was
Yeah,
funny. That's how. Yeah, yeah. I like Dave Chappelle's crazy sitcom and what else? Comedy movie. Hmm.
uh-huh,
I don't remember. I watched so many.
indeed. There are a lot of them out there for sure. And
Yeah,
favorite comedy shows like sitcoms.
probably that's Kim's Convenience one. Talk about Asians' life
Oh,
surrounding a convenience store at a Korean guys running. So it's funny.
indeed. If I can find some episodes or just log in with like my family's passwords, I'll definitely check out that one for sure.
Oh, I remember
Um,
now. The favorite movie would be Forrest Gump.
oh, nice. There's some
You
good stuff in there. Yeah. There's happy moments and sad moments in that movie, so yeah, I'll
yeah,
count it for sure. Yeah.
I
If you
I
can
watched. I'm sorry. Oh,
oh, go ahead.
I watched Forrest Gump a long time ago, and I didn't understand. So I just watched again a few weeks ago, and now my English is better, so I could understand. So it's really funny.
Indeed, for sure. Like Bubba Gump shrimp, and when
Yeah,
Bubba mentioned all those Bubba, like those
exactly.
different
Hilarious.
shrimps. Let's see. If you can go on tour with any comedian, locally and internationally known, which comedians would you to go on tour with?
I would internationally. I would go on tour with Pretty Joe Coy. Yeah, and nationally would be Louis C.K. Even though he has that scandal,
Mhm.
but I think he's a good writer. Or Robin Trump. You know Robin Trump, the transgender Vietnamese comedian. Yes, he's funny. He has like a really good roast battle on Comedy Central. They call it like the battle of the year in 2018. It's crazy. He roasted some comedian that in the wheelchair, and so they attacking each other. Is insane. It's crazy.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty wild. I'll
yeah.
have
The
to
other
look
guy,
look it up.
yeah, look it up. Yeah, the other guys keep attacking how he's transgender, and then he attacked the other guy being like disabled. It's crazy.
Wow, some people can be mean to each other, so but that's I don't do roast battles myself. I'm like I just want a traditional roast, so yeah, that's yeah. And the
No, but
local, oh, go ahead.
no, no. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna go to the next question, but you were gonna say something.
Oh, I was saying like he inspired me to do roasting because I think I watched the roast battle that Jeff Ross hosted host, and I think like if you really do it right, it's really funny. Like
Hmm.
like if you know the other people well, you would roast them good. So he inspired me to try to roast one time, and I actually won that roast battle.
Wow.
Yeah, just by watching the people they roast each other. But like I try to avoid like roasts that have based nothing on the other person's fact. Like in the roast that I did, like each person have to write like 10 facts about other people. Like we have to exchange in the email facts
And
about us so the other person can roast. So you don't have to do like plain white vanilla roast like you fat or you a woman, so you're not funny, you know. So the jokes
indeed,
be more funny and just not like dirty jokes or dirty roast that you can roast anybody. It's
for
more
sure.
personalized.
Indeed. So if you can, what are the local comics you like to go on tour with?
I would go on tour with my comedian buddy Marisa. She's hilarious. She's funny. She was the finalist of the Florida Funniest Female in 2019. And I would also go on tour with Sita. He is an Indian American comedian, and he is funny too. Yeah. So those two.
Indeed, for sure. And if you can, if we were talking about roasts, and if you can get roasted by five comedians, top five that are alive, which comedians would you have to get roasted by?
Jeff Ross, of course, is like the master. And in fact, he's coming to Florida. No, to yes, to West Palm Beach, December 9. So I'm going to see him for sure. And the next one would be Joe Coy or Dat Fan or Robin Chang because they Asian, so I feel like they know me better. You know, you know Dat Fan. He's
Yep.
funny. Yes.
And
And
one more.
one more would be Richie Lee's my teachers. He's know
Good
me
stuff.
well. Yes.
Indeed. And let's see, which other forms of comedy would you like to venture off into, like improv, sketch, comedy writing, acting, directing?
I just start taking improv class online 2 weeks ago to improve my communication, you know, um, my listening skill. So hopefully, maybe I can do a little bit more improv. And I would love to write scripts for a sitcom about my life. Um, because my life is crazy.
Indeed.
It would be funny to put it out there, so to share with everybody. It's funny, but it's crazy and funny and crazy.
Yep. It'd be like a like Crazy Rich Asians, but part two.
Yeah, dealing. I mean, dealing with mental health issue is crazy, but then you can find funnies in it and survive. You know, like otherwise I would go crazy. You know, my my mom, dealing with my mom, my dad, my sister. Everybody seems to have something going on in their brain that
Mm,
I have to
yeah,
deal with.
that's for sure. I have a couple of those issues myself. So, um, so let's see here. Uh, where do you see your comedy journey in the next 5 years?
I'm working on a to be a headliner right now. I'm featuring, and I just need a longer set. Polish it, and also go more festivals. I love festivals. Yeah, my life is simple. I can't think of anything. Like just being do comedies make me happy. I
Makes
don't.
me
Yeah, maybe a self-produced comedy special and put it on Amazon, all of that streaming things is good enough.
I agree. And so, what's your favorite joke a comic has written?
I don't watch a lot of comedies, um, but I remember what's that lady? Ali Wong. I watched her special. It was so funny, and she has the line that say "conquer the conqueror." Talk about like her wife's boyfriends. So it remind me of my husband's. Like when I joked with him, I would use her line. Like
Good
who
stuff.
who you like who do you think you are? Because my husband is white, so I have fun teasing him.
Indeed. Good stuff. Ellie Wong's fantastic. And so, um, let's see here. What experience would you like your audience to take with them after a set is over?
I would say that everything's bad that happened to you right now will become the past. So just like try to think of the positive side, live one day at a time, and everything gonna be all right.
Awesome. Great stuff, Mai. And so then this one's the last part of the interview. And so, uh, if name five comics that you would like to see on a future episode that's in your circle on the next episodes of the Stand Up Speakeasy.
Hmm. I would say Richie Lee's. He hosts he produced a lot of show in Southwest Florida now, and he's my teacher. So you should talk to him. Wise guy. Um, the next one would be my comedy buddy Marisa Brochelo. She is also a strong writer. She's from Mexico, and I always have these jokes to remind me of her. My friend's the Mexican. She have 0 kids, and I have 4. I know what you're thinking. I'm more Mexican than she is. And she asked me to use that joke all the time to honor her. So I do. So 3 more.
Yep.
Third one would be Sita, because his Indian name is so long. I don't know his last name. He has jokes. He jokes that his name means better luck next life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sita is funny. He's hardworking, and I don't know how. I had to find out who his agent is because he has shows all over Florida.
Yeah.
And he do a lot of show in Central Florida too. You might have heard of him. So he like to drive. It's like how can you just drive like 3 4 hours every time to do a show? But he loves comedy. You know. The third one or the last the third, fourth one is a woman, Sarah Kenny. She's funny, Sarah. She was also like a she was in the final, no, semi-final of the Florida Funniest Comedian last year. Yeah, she's a strong female writer. And last one would be another comedian, Cindy Ann Boyce.
Awesome. So
Yes.
I'll make sure to reach out to all of them, and then if it can, I'll email you again, and then so I can get the correct spellings on all of them because I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with a bunch of them, so I'll need your help. Awesome,
Especially with
Mai.
my accents. Eh.
Yeah, you're totally fine. But thank you so much, Mai. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to Mai and donate to Autism Speaks and all that
Can
stuff.
I
Do you have
tell you?
any? Oh,
Yeah.
do you
You
have?
already.
Do you have any upcoming shows coming up?
Yes, yes. I would like to share a few shows coming up. Um, the Florida Funniest Comedian on the West Coast semi-final gonna be in Tampa Improv November 3rd. And then after that, I have a show in Naples. No, in what they call what that island? Macro Islands, Florida, November 17th. in that theater, Marco Island Theater. And I also have in New Orleans, November 13th is a big Asian night market. Yeah, I'm gonna do two shows there, 30 minutes each.
Wow.
And then in December, I have a show with my friends Marisa Produce in Boca Raton, December 15th. Yes.
Awesome. So we got Richie, Marisa, Sita, and Sarah, and we have
Cindy and Boyson.
Cindy and Boyson.
Yes.
Awesome. And then I'll have you um, um, give me the spellings because I know that everyone spells their names different. So I'll have you help me out with the emails. So good stuff, Mai. And any final words you'd like to give out to the audience at home?
Yes, I thank you very much for listening to this interview, and I hope you can continue to support live comedy by coming out to watch the shows. It's hard because unless you have a Netflix special, comedians barely make evens. So we're just doing it for love, and we just hope to make you laugh. So come and laugh.
Absolutely. You heard Mai. So come out to our show and come support us, and we'll see you at the next show. And so be well, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the next episode.